Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing? I hope you're having a marvelous evening this Monday evening. And I know some of you have been really worried. I got some of your emails. Thank you so much. Hola, Henry. For worrying. Yes, we did get hit by the hurricane, but it was actually, we only got like the tail of it. The only thing is that, well, it is Mexico, so things here are a little bit more slower to be repaired than in other places. So it took literally a week to get our fiber optic back. Good thing we did have Starlink, so if you guys really want a service that never fails, that's Starlink for you, but it's not enough to stream. So like if you do shows like I do, yeah, it's great for you to stay communicated, but not to stream. So that's why we did not have Jenny live last week. So my bad for that. Anyway, but we are back now. And I do want to say congratulations to Argentina for winning the World Cup. I have to say that, my husband's from Argentina. I have family that's from Argentina, but I was really rooting for Colombia once they beat us because I'm from Uruguay. Mainly because it's good to have a fresh team win every now and then. I mean, we've already had Argentina already won so many times. It's like, oh, again, give somebody else the time of day. And I was completely shocked in how things were handled in the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Oh my God! I mean, not only were they not prepared to handle that many people in a stadium, but also they were not ready to deal with the Latin vibe. Of disruption, of course. It was, sad to see Hispanics act that way. I actually tweeted about it and I said, listen, you go to a NASCAR race or you go to an American football game, and Americans, we know how to behave. You just walk. And even if you're Hispanic, but you lived there for a while, you know that things are done orderly. So you walk in and you walk out. Like you have your ticket, you're not going to miss it. But yeah, that wasn't the case, especially because they want to bring soccer, not football. Sorry, they want to bring soccer to the U.S. and make it a little bit more popular there because it's such a huge deal everywhere else. But they still don't have the organization that they need to be able to deal with Latin people. Okay, it is Hispanics are crazy when it comes to their soccer, way more than I think American football games. To be honest with you, Mario, felicidades por el fútbol Uruguay-Argentina. Sí, Uruguay jugó muy bien, la verdad que felicidades Uruguay. Felicidades Argentina, claro que ganó. Y felicidades también a Colombia porque la verdad que jugaron muy bien. Diría de que pues fue un empate en realidad, ¿no? O sea, ya el que metió la última, pues bueno. Which team, Colombia or Argentina? I was rooting for Colombia. I was not watching the game, but my mom's Colombian and she's staying here with me now, so I'm like, we're gonna vote for Colombia this time. I really thought that we needed to change a little bit of who was going to take that home. But, it is what it is. Some people conspire that the whole sports agenda, I guess we could say, is kind of fixed. I don't know if you can. I mean, you can maybe fix like the arbitrary, right? But you can't fix like the goals. I mean, they either just happen or not happen. But I think Colombia played, according to what I read, played really good, and yeah. My dad is from. Oh, my microphone's weird. My dad was from Uruguay, so that is why I was raised. I did not watch the game. I don't watch sports, but I was going for Colombia mainly because I just thought they played really good and they beat Uruguay. So I said, you deserve to win. Okay, guys. So for tonight, we're gonna talk about being grateful. it's one of those things that I think most of us don't really pay attention to. Saludos, Ruben, ¿cómo estamos? We don't give it enough importance in our life, right? We just decide to wake up and be in an autonomous situation of just coming and going wherever it is that we are, whatever job we're doing, whoever it is that we're with. It just becomes something normal. And we forget to give thanks for the little things. So there are more studies, as you know, that are coming out in the whole cognitive topic, and even the clairvoyance, even telepathy is being studied. So we are opening opening our borders, let's say, towards these subjects, these spiritual subjects, a little more than before. So let's see. Give me 1 second. So a study says that gratitude could actually help 100% your mental state. And of course, you know that mental state today is, oh my God, I do not watch the news. I try to stay away from the news and Twitter, and I really ache for the people that are living in Europe right now. It makes me definitely knock on wood again and say, I am so happy we did not move to Spain. If it wasn't Mexico, it was Spain. And don't get me wrong, I mean, Mexico's messed up too, but wow, I mean, the things that you're seeing that are coming out of Europe with immigration, it's so scary. So if you're in a country where you have the right to be able to arm yourself, where you can go take a defense class, where you can go get a gun permit, please go ahead and do so. You know, it's better to be safe than sorry. So if you can protect yourself and your family at your home, then I know that a lot of people are against guns, and I'm not in favor of them or against them, but I do definitely believe that if you're in a situation of life and death and you have to protect your family and the people that you love, then you need to protect your family and the people that you love, period. So wherever it is you are, make sure that you are just preparing, prepare for the worst, and hopefully you will never have to use anything. I'm going to join a course now here in Tulum, a gun club, actually, believe it or not, right? Who would know? Yeah, because it's not getting any safer, if you ask me, and this is worldwide. I mean, it's literally like there's no little corner in the world where you can, be safe from the mental state of people. And mental illness right now is the #1 illness. I think that is probably more problematic than than any virus you can even think of. Gracias. Are you using blue cosmetic lenses? No, my eyes just drastically changed color from night and day. What kind of question is that? Okay, so gratitud amigos, algo muy importante, diría que lo más importante. It says gratitude is the expression of appreciation for the things that we have. It is the recognition of independent value of even monetary value. Oh, independent from monetary value. It is generated spontaneously from within. It is an affirmation of kindness and warmth. This emotion socializes and fortifies relationships. Their roots are going to be really deep, fixed into the story that has evolutionized in that sense, value of survival to be able to help others. Okay, let me go here because I'm reading. Studies have shown that the areas that are specified in the brain, I'm reading this from Spanish to English, so it might be a little weird, FYI. A ver, va a hacer ruido la puerta, a ver si podemos quitarle la pila para que no esté. No me entendieron. Funcionó. So this emotion fortifies relationships. The study shows that there's areas in specific parts of the brain that are involved with expressing gratitude, and experimenting this would be. Cerebral scans, this is something that they're doing, by the way. Love your show. Thanks, Jack. Cerebral scans of people that they were assigned a specific task, and that would actually stimulate the expression of gratitude, and that would show really significant changes in their prefrontal cortex that will actually elevate the sensitivity of their experience and future experiences of gratitude. So did you know that if you actually wake up in the morning and the first thing that you say is thank you, you're actually going to have such a better day than if you don't say thank you, because you're alive, you're breathing again. It's one more chance to do things all over again in a better way. It's We focus so much on complaining, right? And well, I don't want to say we because I don't add myself into that equation anymore. But most people, focus so much on complaining and asking for things that they want that they forget to be appreciated for the things that they've gotten already. So, how many of you were maybe a year ago asking about something that you have today, and today, because you have it, you don't necessarily pay attention to it because it's just, oh yeah, it's like, oh, I wanted this cup so badly last year. Hi, Jim. Guys, we're only on social media today, okay, while we fix our live stream for Miami TV. So if you say like, oh, I want this cup, I want this cup, I want this cup, and then you get it, and then in a month you're going to be really excited you have it, and then after a month it's like, oh yeah, the cup. Like you really don't no longer pay attention to it. So it's important to always remember and have let's say, present those moments where when you were in a situation that you were desiring the things that you are using today, because at some point, well, that was your hard work, whatever it is that we're talking about in the sense of the things that you wanted to attract are the things that you necessarily need to keep a point on and saying thank you for life, thank you for me. When do you ever say thank you for just existing? When do you ever say thank you for just being able to breathe? When do you ever say thank you for your family? For maybe you see your mom every single day, but there's so many people out there that don't have, that no longer have one or never had one. What about your husband, boyfriend, wife, the rest of your family, your grandparents, So when we have things and it's so normal to us because humans are beings of, well, I know the word in Spanish, but we get used to things. When you get used to things, you tend to no longer appreciate them because they're already a part of your everyday life. So it's almost like, okay, I'm used to even nudity, right? Let's talk about you're not used to seeing a naked woman, and all of a sudden you see a naked woman, and it's like, oh, and then 10 minutes after, it's like, oh yeah, I already saw her. I already got my picture with her. So that's usually how it goes for everything else, and that's when we become a little ungrateful in the sense of just living in this autonomy of doing things because you just tend to do them no matter what. And that complaining or ungratefulness or that way of being that you're always wanting more, more, more is not going to get you anywhere. Okay, so you need to wake up every morning and say, thank you for this life. Thank you for this breath. Thank you for being healthy, for having what I have, okay, in all senses. Take a deep breath in, or take 5 deep breaths, okay? Take a couple of deep breaths, do a little stretching on your bed, and then you could get up, okay? But if you don't do that and you're just kind of, even if you wake up in a bad mood because something, I don't know, bit you in the night or somebody woke you up, go back down and reset yourself, okay? So if you wake up in a bad mood, go back to bed, close your eyes for 5-10 minutes, take a couple of deep breaths, and do the grateful meditation, okay? Where you're basically just saying thank you. But this sensation of saying grateful and this, voice, even if you're saying it mentally or if you're saying it with your voice, it really does create such a beautiful vibration out that it's definitely going to come back to you in a highly positive way that you can't even imagine. Hello, Jenny. I recently had a birthday. You told me to message you direct the actual day. I'm sorry we couldn't. Oh, that's true. Well, I hope that your birthday was marvelous. I'm sure it was. And be grateful for another year. Muito bonita, Giovando, beijos. Okay, so I would love to hear the poem. Let me know. Okay, let's go with the study. What is gratitude? Gratitude is a spontaneous feeling. Okay, every time there's more investigations that are showing the value of this feeling as a practice, this means that a conscious effort where you are actually counting your blessings that you have, okay? It's conscious. That's the good thing about gratitude is that it's not something that your subconscious could do. So it is something that you have to purposely remind yourself, oh, we are amazing. We're on Miami TV. Woo! I guess Enrique got it working then. Thank you. And it's where you're consciously bringing this attention to the idea of you saying thank you. How many of you, maybe you're married, and I mean, how long did it take you to find a person to love? And maybe you don't, maybe you take them for granted now because you see them every day, you're used to them, you've been with them maybe for years, and it's like, oh, yeah, yeah, it's, whatever. So these are the little things that we don't necessarily pay attention to that will definitely make a difference in the energy that you're generating in your day so that better things and more blessings come your way. Okay? So the studies have shown that people that can cultivate gratitude deliberately and that can have personal benefits and sociable can have personal and sociable benefits in their life. It's possible that you can feel maybe thankful for the beings that are around you, for the animals, for nature, for life in general. The emotion generates a climate of positivity around you that is going to go really, really deep inside of yourself, and it's going to extend towards the outside. All of our emotions are important. I mean, we've talked about this, I think, a lot, but every single emotion is important. So it's just a matter of starting to replace the negative emotions with the good ones. So whenever you're seeing yourself having anger moments or stress moments, which it's okay, we're human, you can have stressful moments as long as they're not 90% of your day, okay? So once every blue moon, no worry, it's normal. We all pop out of it. You can't be in a bubble 24/7. You can try though. So just have that little switch of mind where once you have a negative thought or a negative emotion, you immediately say, what balances anger? Gratitude. So whatever negative emotion you get, make sure there's another trick that actually also works, which is smiling. If you're going through a really rough time or if something really negative is happening, smile. I'm not kidding. You're gonna feel crazy because and you might also look crazy. Like your tire just broke and you're like, my tire broke. But the thing is that you're sending an active signal to your brain where it immediately just links it to dopamine. It's immediately telling your brain that, hey, everything's okay. So you're going to attract a solution. So think that. Okay, so you're going to smile, and after your smile, you're going to be grateful. You're going to be grateful towards whatever it is that just happened. If you just got I just got a flat tire 2 days ago, and somebody said, hey, your tire is flat. I was picking up salt water for our pool, and I was right next to of course I was right next to a place where they would actually change tires and stuff. So I said, wow, well, thank you. I said, thank you, universe, for for letting me know that this happened, and I am in the city, and it didn't happen in the middle of the highway where I could have had an accident. So I smiled, and I just went to the right place, and it was $5. You can get your tire fixed for $5 here. Can you believe it? Yes, it still exists. So yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, it's possible. I read that the gratitude is gratitude an emotion. We already read those messages, so we can go down to the other ones. Gratitude is an emotion that makes a person feel happier. The gratitude is also humor. As a matter of fact, it's also a part of your personality. That's because not a lot of people do have gratitude. Some people simply are more inclined to feeling grateful as a habit of an everyday. When you make your habits, guys, it's going to come naturally. You're not even going to notice you're doing it. You're just going to be like, yeah, I just got a flat tire. Well, you know what? It could have been so much worse. I could have gotten in a car crash. So, oh, well, I got a flat tire. Well, let's go and fix it. And that's it. So you can always kind of just flip the coin around and say something bad or something that you would normally see as bad just happened. Just flip the coin around and smile and then say, I lost the bus to that interview. And then you smile and then you laugh like that and then you're really crazy, But say, well, if you lost the bus to that interview, maybe it wasn't a place for you. Maybe you were going to be miserable there. You never know. There's always a reason, guys. And it might also be, if everything is going at you in a negative way where you definitely can't find anything whatsoever, then there's something that you're doing and something about you that you definitely need to change. There is an immediate change that needs to happen if you want to start attracting positivity, of course. Jenny, for you, it's easy to smile because you're always smiling. I'm always smiling when when I'm social, but in my like regular everyday life, like I'm always happy, but I'm not always smiling. Like I'll be, and some people when they see that I don't smile, they'll be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, just because I'm serious doesn't mean I'm angry. Like I have one of those, when your mouth goes down a little bit, where you're like. So I have one of those faces that looks angry when I'm serious, but I'm never angry. No, no, no. But I can be serious, like when I get focused or I need to do a job, right? And I need my mind to be focused. I'm not gonna be like on the computer, like. But yeah. Hey Jenny, wars are not started by the average Joe. War is started by corrupt politicians. So why do people allow a select evil few to get into power in the first place? Hey, Anthony. So I think that war is, I think politicians have nothing to do with the wars, actually. I think that politicians are mainly puppets. Some more than others, of course. But I do believe, and there's enough evidence out there for you to research yourself, that there is this elite that does control the world's the agenda, like when it comes to the food, when it comes to health, when it comes to wars. And when they need something to go their way, well, the easy way for them to fix a country sometimes is starting wars in another place. So, of course, these are all speculations, but you can do your own research and take your own conclusions. But don't be so tough on politicians. Imagine like all that negativity going towards one person, because at the end of the day, they're just the person showing the face. But what makes the real change is behind that politician. Like the people that really mess things up for us are the people that are the Congress, basically, and the people behind the Congress. And it's basically the people that manage the money. But yeah, I've been telling you this for some time now, and I'm going to repeat it again tonight. We are living in a time of change. We are going to see, we're going to see a big difference in happening in the next couple of years. That is just a matter of being patient, of being awake, of being aware, but more importantly, of having your peace and elevating your vibration, which is what we've been teaching you for the past 16 years. If whatever happens in the world, okay, if the end of the world comes along, right, there's nothing good from you worrying about it, because there's nothing you could do about it. So the only thing you could do is live your life as happy as you can, live every moment as if it was the last, literally. Don't harm yourself, doing things that are harmful to your body just because, woo, it's the last day. No. Be responsible towards your energy, because that energy affects the people around you. So you're not only affecting yourself, you're affecting those people that love you as well. And yeah, whatever is going to happen, just leave it up to fate. I mean, your only little grain of salt that you can do is fixing yourself. And that's why we focus so much of our shows in all these topics. You must never give too much gratitude, nor too little. The amount of gratitude must be level with the favor done. Balance is the answer. Okay, I think we're speaking like gratitude, like your gratitude towards life. Not like towards another person, but more like gratitude, like towards being alive, being awake another day. So, Tarcisio, buenas noches. Hello, hello. All right, guys, continuing. Is gratitude a feeling? Gratitude is a feeling, but it's also a disposition that you can have. In both cases, gratitude implies the process of recognizing that you have obtained a positive result, and second, that there is an external source for this great result. Okay, interesting. Why do you think that gratitude is so important? This says psychologists have found that with time, feeling grateful actually impulses happiness and is better for mental health and physical health overall. Psychological health, even those that have battled with problems of strong mental health situations. Study shows that practicing gratitude actually diminishes the use of the words that express negative emotions and changes your interior attention, pushing it away from negative emotions like jealousy, like resentment, minimizing the possibilities of getting hooked. And this is a really key point when it comes to depression. So jealousy and resentment. Yes, there you go. Resentment, for example, right? Like somebody just dumped you, right? Or somebody just broke your heart. If you sit there and you start to bitch at the person, right? If you start to say, oh, I'm so, thanks, Daniel, James, welcome members. I'm this MF, right? Like this horrible person, and you start cursing at them in your mind. I wish they died. I wish, and you start saying all these negative things. You're really just backfiring on yourself with those negative affirmations, because that's really what you're doing. Everything that you speak is an affirmation, negative or positive. Now, if you switch it around and you say, well, I'm going to let this person go. And yes, it hurts. But thank you for giving me, thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for teaching me that maybe you don't have to trust in people so easily, or maybe whatever it is that they taught you, right? Thank you for those teachings. Thank you for allowing yourself to be healthy by the time you're leaving that relationship, and that you have years ahead to get into a better situation and a better relationship, and so on and so forth. So it's basically just, we should probably do like a show of like antonyms, where, gratitude, resentment, hate, love. So it's like every time you have one negative feeling, just do the opposite, the complete opposite. And that is something that you can do with your mind, of course. Jenny, if you know when is the next, if you know when is the end of the world, what would you do in that day? I would do the same thing I do every day. I mean, maybe I would be a little bit closer to, my family and my pets, like maybe just hug them all day and not do anything at all. But yeah, it's like we really don't know when the last day is going to be. It could be any moment, and I'm not saying you have to be ready for it. I'm just saying you don't have to worry about it. This isn't that your end, your physical end in this planet isn't the end of the world. It's just the end of your physical body. But you keep going. There's so much more out there. Don't worry. People show gratitude when they're happy. Different things make people happy. One man's trash is another man's treasure. Bam. So it's important to know people well. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, some people know how to value certain things, and others don't value those certain things and look, and are blinded or look past it. So absolutely. Does gratitude reduce stress? We're going to continue talking about this tomorrow. It's been amazing chatting with you guys once again. I'm bloody grateful I'm alive. I guess I can't get more basic than that. Yeah, it's just so simple, guys. Just be grateful. Stop being so stubborn. Stop demanding. Nobody is in any right today to be demanding anything if you are healthy and if you are sane. Okay, so just be happy that you're alive and be grateful and feel blessed for the things that you have, because oh my God, there is some horrible stuff happening in the world. But we knew that this was going to go this way. We've been talking about it for some years now, and I keep telling you it's going to get worse before it gets better. But you just have to hang on, and you just have to stay positive, and you have to stay happy. And no matter what happens, you have your sanity, you have your peace, you have your state of mind, you have your your energy balanced, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Okay, Alvin, I hope you feel better. All right, my loves, we'll continue for members only now in MiamiTV.com. Have an amazing evening for the rest of you. We will see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock here once again, your favorite channel, Miami TV. Stay positive, guys. Good night.